The reason that we chose to use this venue of the California Clean Tech Open today is because this is where the entrepreneurship resides. This is the folks who are the most catalytic to the change we seek in our energy economy. And so to have better avenues of interaction with our national laboratories to break down the walls between the government and the people who are the shareholders of that government, the citizens that are most interested in the success of our laboratories, it was important to bring them together here for such a monumental announcement. Today we were able to announce what really amounts to a historic restructuring of the way our national laboratory system collaborates. We had the directors of Oak Ridge National Laboratories in Tennessee and Argonne, where the first genesis of the Manhattan Project began outside of Chicago, our own National Renewable Energy Laboratory in Colorado, the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory just adjacent to the Hanford site, another Manhattan project site, and of course Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory here in the Bay Area. And we had those lab directors together convene to say that they were going to lock arms and posture themselves not to compete against one another, but to come up with a holistic and integrated approach to transforming the built environment to ultimately get to zero energy commercial buildings and smarter buildings and buildings that generate more power, clean power, than they consume. This is the creative coast. This is where a lot of things happen and happen in a hurry because people have a very ambitious attitude towards what the future ought to look like, a better future. And it's important that the people on this coast not exclusively talk to one another about the value of their ideas, but that they engage not just the other coast, but people all in between. Well, I think one of the things we've tried to be deliberate about is reducing the perception of walls in between the federal government and its assets. It's the national laboratories that were born out of the Manhattan Project and the very forces in society that are investing themselves the most in engineering the new energy future that we seek. And so it was important to get these senior leaders, these men and women that preside over billions of dollars amongst them and have a domain that includes the Human Genome Project and the artificial retina and super colliders and cyclotrons and photon sources, and to get them in front of this community of entrepreneurs and be able to announce how they would cooperate, because ultimately it's not just about their cooperation with one another, but their cooperation with the private sector and the people who are most catalytic to the change for which they are doing all the research and development.